So it's been a wild couple of days, given, my strike and the whole situation with H3. I put out a very quick video talking about it yesterday that you can go check out. So that being said, I'm a little bit behind on certain news stories, and that's not to say that stuff isn't happening right now. But I did want to talk about this thing because it kind of relates to something that happened on my channel, a show that we had done about a month ago, where a leftist political streamer called Xanderhall called into the show, and we were kind of talking about the pipeline theory, which is that content in the commentary community that's like edgy, might lead people down a road of radicalization to more right-wing extremist viewpoints. Now, obviously, I disagree with that notion, but it was an interesting conversation, and it was just a show that we had done where we let this guy call in and talk about it, and I thought it was, food for thought, for sure. Whether you agree or disagree with him, it was something to think about. This actually ended up blowing up last week when KEEMSTAR found the show, and and he wasn't too happy with it. I'm gonna play this video right here, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Actually, what is actually going on? All right, this Hasan Piker dude, right? He went on the H3.
I should have mentioned because it's in the title, but he also called out Hasan as well. So
his podcast like 2 weeks ago or something, and he was trying to say that KEEMSTAR associates himself with the far right, all right? No, I don't. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? All of my friends are far left. Every single freaking person in the entertainment business is a lefty. What are you saying? I associate myself with more people on the left than anything, right? Why are you trying to spin this goddamn narrative that like I'm a Nazi or something, right? So that was the first thing, which was weird. I called him out on Twitter. I demanded answers, called him out for being a fucking liar and manipulator, and he didn't even respond, this fucking pussy, right? Now let's move on to the...
That's some weak shit, not responding to an allegation like that. I mean, yeah, categorizing KEEMSTAR as, on the far right, or far right adjacent, or working with people on the far right. This is an accusation that stems from the fact that KEEMSTAR has been on the Kill Stream a few times, as a guest, primarily to talk about drama. That's right. KEEMSTAR also defended the Kill Stream when it was banned from YouTube, and I guess this makes him far right now. Strange to me. This kind of sounds like the whole PewDiePie's a Nazi argument, which is so obviously not true. But anyway, let's let his video continue.
This guy, who's another Twitch streamer, right? He's known as this guy.
Yeah, this is the same show that he was on.
And he's like an ultra...
By the way, yeah, KEEMSTAR did dislike my podcast. Fuck you, Keem.
...left guy, right? He's on this podcast right now, and he goes... Oh, yeah, KEEMSTAR was on Trainwreck's podcast, and during the Christ shooting, he wouldn't even defend the killer. Why would I defend the killer? Why? I'm not on the killer's team. Fuck the killer. I hope they kill the killer. Why would I be on the side of the Christ Church killer? I am not a fucking Nazi, you fucking psychos, you weirdos. I'm not on the right, and I'm not on the left. All you political weirdos can go suck the biggest fucking dick. You're all fucking so strange and so fucking weird. And like, you're trying to get me caught up in your little political game where you call each other like Nazis or whatever, right? I'm not playing your fucking game. I'm not playing your game. I voted for Obama because he was the best candidate, and I voted for Trump because he was the best candidate. I am a normal American that votes for the presidential person with the best ideas. I don't vote party line, and I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, and I think both of you on far left and far right are fucking weirdos. Go fuck yourself.
So, that concludes the video. Now, this is kind of interesting to me. Now, he talks about how basically Xanderhall had accused him of siding with the Christchurch shooter. I don't recall that. I think the argument that Xanderhall was making was when KEEMSTAR had gone on the Trainwreck's TV podcast where Destiny was there. Destiny wanted to talk about how the shooter was far right, and KEEMSTAR didn't want to talk about the situation at all because it was like fresh breaking news, and KEEMSTAR really didn't want to get into a deep, heated conversation about something that had just happened. This was also big news in the YouTube community because it was the same shooter who shouted out PewDiePie while he was committing the mass act of violence. So it was a pretty big deal. I mean, obviously all shootings are big deals or whatever, but specifically in the whole social media world, it was kind of a big deal because it really just opened the door to this whole conversation about the pipeline and about radicalization. I remember several videos were in my recommendations after that event talking about the PewDiePie pipeline, or just the pipeline in general, of how somebody becomes a reactionary or a right-winger, and it starts with very innocent content that's more at our level in the commentary community. That is to say, the logic is that you watch a commentary video, or let's say a Leafy's here video, for instance, back when, Leafy was still on YouTube. You watch a Leafy video and he's being edgy, he's saying the F word, the N word, or whatever. I don't think Leafy actually said the N word that much, but let's say he did it in this theoretical or whatever. The point is, you watch edgy content that sort of normalizes, being edgy, saying inflammatory things or whatever, and then you want something just a little bit more. So you start watching content where they say edgy things, but then they actually mean it. And then and then you want more. You start watching content that's advocating for edgier things and means it. And then you start watching content that's just, off the wall. That's kind of the mentality or the idea behind the pipeline. Now, I look at this whole situation the same way that I look at the whole video games argument. Video games lead to, violent acts or whatever, which is a dead meme at this point. I mean, that was the only time that was like a relevant conversation in recent times was when GTA 5 came out in 2013 or whatever. Pretty much nowadays, most people recognize that video games don't lead to actual real-life violence, but the idea was that, video games would soften you to the idea of violence. You would go out in GTA and commit mass acts of violence in the game, and then you'd be like, I'm used to this now. It's kind of dull. I need something to really kick it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? So then I guess would go out and do the same act but in real life, which is just ridiculous, because if you wanted to commit mass acts of violence and murder people in real life, there would already be something else totally wrong with you that would make you want to carry out such an act. It wouldn't just be the fact that you play video games. You would have something psychologically messed up. The wiring in your system, in your brain or whatever, would be so messed up that it would lead you to do something like that. It wouldn't be just the video game. And similarly, that's how I looked. Similarly, that's how I look at it with the pipeline argument. You watch edgy content or whatever, you think, the whole, racism jokes are pretty funny, but what about something actually racist, I feel like if you think like that, you were already, I guess, preconditioned to be racist. Well, maybe not preconditioned, but you already had something in you that was questioning things already, that was believing certain things. So you are already going to go to that content anyway. You don't listen to edgy jokes or watch the radio or listen to the radio or watch TV or whatever and then think like, let's kick it up a notch. There's something in you that spurs you to that type of content. It's not something that you're just led into on accident. That's how I look at it. It just feels like the video game argument, and the problem with this pipeline argument is that it is going to lead to more censorship. People are going to be like, okay, ban Leafy, ban Keem, ban anyone edgy, just so that we can avoid any potential people becoming Nazis, I guess. That's the idea. And I just don't subscribe to that. I'm sorry. I feel like people should be left to their own vices. I feel like, it should be up to the person to decide what they want to believe in, what content they want to watch. And we shouldn't be babying these people and just banning content preemptively to avoid this. Like, look, if people are going to go down that road, they're going to go down that road, whether we stop this type of content from spreading or not. That's my mentality on the whole situation. Very choppy, and I'm not gonna lie. It's not like this is a well thought out thing. I'm just kind of spitballing right now, but it is something I take seriously, and it is something I worry about because people can use that to weaponize it and take away content from all of us. But anyway, I wrote to Keem. I said, I think he missed the like button. And Keem said, how dare you let this man come on and slander me? And he had a little bit of a feud with Xander. Xander says he's mad. Keem says, that's your response to being called out for being a fucking liar and manipulator? Where is the intellectual political debate? Or maybe you don't have a point because you've just been proven wrong. To which Xander said, if you want to have me on, or for me to come on your show, I would be more than happy, my friend. And then Keem says, wait, you think I'm going to be baited into giving you airtime? Talk on Twitter, you herb. No response. pussy shit little kid get owned. So that was the whole situation there. Now, I would love to see, I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see Keemstar debate this guy, whether it be on my channel or on his channel, whether I'm hosting the debate or I'm just watching the debate on his channel. I think that would be a really funny conversation. I think it would be a pretty good stream. So I'm hoping this is able to happen, but I don't think it will. I don't think it's gonna happen. Anyway, guys, that's just my thoughts on the situation. Just thought I'd talk about it. I know, yes, I'm very late to this whole story. It's like 5 days old, but it's funny. It's kind of relevant to my channel, so I thought I'd discuss it. And hey, you know what? I'm not on a time limit. I can do videos on whatever I want. I can do a video 6 months from now talking about Leafy's here getting banned, if I want, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. And I like it that way. Okay, I'm out of here. My name's RUFC, I got stuff to do. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys hear the music. I'm gonna bounce. I'll catch you guys on twitch.tv later. Peace out, everyone. Goodbye.